What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video, and welcome to your stimulus package update and daily news report for Thursday, November 18th. We got a lot of stuff that we need to get to. First, Democrats are talking about repurposing funding. Where's that coming from? What could that potentially go to? Just so you know, it's about $110 billion per year. Democrats want answers. We also have updates on the stimulus package, where we're at, what we could potentially be seeing over the next few days. Want to address the deadline that's coming up very soon and talk about what Senator Joe Manchin is currently trying to do. This is big. What I can tell you right now, the upcoming stimulus package in the House, as far as this $1.75 trillion infrastructure bill, the House of Representatives is expected to vote on this potentially tomorrow or Saturday. They're still waiting, I think, on one or two more reports from the CBO, and then they can vote on this. So that's potentially going to be a very big day. Now, what I can tell you is when the House of Representatives votes on this, the expectation is it will head over to the Senate and it will be changed and modified. There is no way that the current bill that is being discussed passing in the House of Representatives would pass in the Senate. There's too many issues, there's too many questions, and right now there's not enough votes. So we will get to that, but right now just understand it's just a back and forth game between lawmakers. And it's not between Republicans and Democrats, it's between the progressives and the moderates. That is where the issues are coming from. But here's what we know. President Biden and Democrats have been reeling from the victory of passing this $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill. They've been saying, well, there's so much momentum, let's just get the other bill passed. But Americans are saying that they aren't seeing any immediate relief because of this bill. So why are we discussing this? Why are we calling this, this greatest bill that we've signed? This isn't great. This is just another bill. Many Americans say that Democrats are supposed to be for the people, but this is not. This has not been proven lately. This is not about the people. The bills that we are seeing are not about the people. But now, here's something else I want to bring to your attention, because I think a lot of people are missing out on this. Right now, what's happening is Democrats are extremely worried, and they're more worried now than they've ever have been in the past. Here's the reason why. As of yesterday, we are now up to 15 incumbents that are going to retire. This is in the House of Representatives. 15 Democratic incumbents are going to retire as opposed to seek re-election. That's big. This makes Democrats worry so much right now that we need to get the Build Back Better Act passed, but also include more for the American people. Because this could be their last, pretty much their last big move, their last big bill. This could be it. Some say that in 2022, we're going to get an additional budget reconciliation. We're going to pass the rest of the Build Back Better Act, which would be, at this point, potentially about $1.75 trillion. However, if it's this difficult to pass a bill a year before the election, just think how difficult it's going to be to pass a bill right before the election. Let's say within 6 months of an election. It's going to be almost impossible. That's why many are saying this could be it. This, or we have maybe a few more months in 2022 that we can pass the bill. But again, after that, there's nothing. There will most likely be nothing to entice the American people to vote Democrat. So we'll see what happens there. One thing I can tell you is that many Democrats are extremely upset because we are still spending about $778 billion per year on our defense budget. But reports have indicated that we were paying about $300 million per day on average in order to fund the war in Afghanistan. Well, Democratic lawmakers question whether or not the defense budget should be cut in order to accommodate for this change. Just to give you an idea, $300 million per day comes out to about $110 billion per year. I think it's like $109.5 billion or somewhere right around there. So what they are saying right now is that this money from the defense budget, we could either just not pay this, right? We could just not give this to the Pentagon, right? It would save the taxpayers, right? You and I money, which would be great. But some say that we could use the defense budget. We could use that, and it could help pay for things like vision and dental for seniors. Remember, through Medicare, right now it's only hearing that is potentially going to get expanded. But what we are hearing is that we could see vision and dental be paid for through this $110 billion per year. Okay, great. What else? We also know it could fund a $1,400 stimulus check to about 80 million Americans. That would be big. A $1,400 stimulus, and again, and just think about this. This is $110 billion per year, not $110 billion total. So what they are saying right now is we could potentially give a stimulus check to people, to Americans, let's say the lowest income earners, every single year. We could increase our tax credits, right? We could do a lot of things. We could extend the child tax credit payments for an additional year, right? This could be big. This could be really big. But here's the thing. What Democrats are saying is that this wouldn't just provide, more to the American people, but having $110 billion set aside, this could give the government options. Give us options. And right now, Democrats say that in times like these, this is exactly what we need. We need options, because multiple economists have come out and said the only way we're going to get our economy back, we're going to get people back to work, we're going to fix the worker shortages and supply chain issues, is to solve the crisis regarding COVID. We need to end the pandemic. How do we do that? We need to invest into ending the pandemic. Well, we've stopped doing that. We still provide a little bit of stimulus. We still try to, bring back our economy, right? We're doing a lot of stuff, but some say we're not doing enough. Let's entice the American people to go get the vaccine, right? And I got vaccine news for you in a minute. But again, some are saying we need to do more. So we'll see what happens there. But as of right now, one of the issues that I'm seeing, is that we aren't doing as much as we could. We could be doing more. But everybody's fighting to figure out, where should we do more? Should we provide more stimulus to the American people to get them back on their feet? Probably. Should we go and increase benefits to Social Security recipients? Yeah, we probably should have done that years ago. Should we provide more to people on Medicare? Probably, right? Again, should have done it years ago. Provide more for housing? Yes. In a market like this, absolutely yes. We need to do more. But where do we put in that effort? Where do we put that money? That's where people currently are having this debate, because nobody really knows. But here's some more big news. The other day, Senator Joe Manchin and his staff said that he is trying to get a meeting with the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, and he's been trying to do this for some time now. He says he wants to find out why we're still buying more quantitative easing, and he went on to say, and I quote, "With the recession over and our strong economic recovery well underway, I am increasingly alarmed that the Fed continues to inject record amounts of stimulus into our economy by continuing an emergency level of quantitative easing." That was what he said. But just so you know, this meeting could take place any day now. It was not expected to happen yesterday. It's not expected to happen today. But according to reports, it could happen any day. However, as this meeting could potentially take place, just understand that President Biden has said he would state who his pick for the Fed chair is going to be, and that's going to be sometime within the next 2 days. In the next 2 days. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next couple of days, but just understand, if the chair changes, and it's not Jerome Powell, it could be interesting to see what happens. Be very interesting to see what happens. Some say it's going to be better. Some say it could potentially be quite worse. So again, we will see. One other thing that we know is that yesterday, House Budget Chairman John Yarmuth, he said that party leaders need to act quickly in regards to raising the federal debt ceiling. He also went on to say that Democrats must decide now how to tackle this issue before the upcoming deadline. And his thinking is we need to have a detailed discussion, and we need to know how we're going to tackle this issue before December 1st. That's his argument. He says that if there's no decisions made before the December 15th deadline, then we could seriously come and go without answers before December 15th. So he's saying it's a real issue. John Yarmuth also went on to say that he would put a debt ceiling suspension in one regular bill, and then he'd do another bill through budget reconciliation. This way there's two different options. There is the regular bill. Can we get, how much? We need like 10. We need at least 10 Republicans on board. Chances are that's not going to happen. But what if we do two different paths? We do the regular bill, which probably wouldn't happen, so we won't even discuss that right now. Or we do a budget reconciliation, which Democrats aren't really keen on doing that anyway. But if it all came down to it and they had to do it, the reports indicate that they would. So again, we'll see what happens there. I can tell you that we are getting more vaccine news. According to many reports from health experts, they are saying that vaccinated individuals are now seeing an increase in hospitalizations. This isn't good news. But according to Dr. Fauci, he says that vaccinated individuals now need to go and get the booster shot. What's causing this issue is we're seeing that there's not as many antibodies in our system as time goes on. Right? After the first, 3 months, the antibodies in your system completely drop. After 6 months, they drop even further. So right now, they're saying without a booster shot, if you have the vaccine but you do not have the booster shot, then you won't be adequately protected. So again, many people predicted this. We knew it was coming, that if you get the vaccine, yes, at some point, you will need to get at least one booster shot. Chances are, you will have to get a booster shot every single year, if not now, twice a year. So we'll see what happens here, but as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and fill you in on all latest news and updates. Again, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.